Hello everyone, my name is Katya Mashi and this is my capstone presentation, Can we cure Alzheimer's using the gut microbiome? As someone ages, their microbiome begins to change. The biggest differences in gut microbiome composition occur between infancy and adulthood. The graph here on the right shows this the best because it uses a measure of phylogenetic differences between children and adults, with the most diversity being between birth and 3 years old. In infancy, the dominating bacteria are Bacteroides and Bifidobacteria. In puberty and adulthood, the dominating bacteria are Firmicutes and Bacteroides. And then in elderly people, the gut microbiome is dominated by opportunistic bacteria as Bifidobacteria and Lactobacilli decline. Now, what does the gut microbiome do? The gut microbiome is theorized to play many roles in our bodies, such as immune response, inflammation, and neurological functioning. Most studies lead to these roles being negatively impacted by dysbiosis. Dysbiosis is the term for gut microbiome imbalance, specifically by losing beneficial microbiota, harmful microorganisms dominating the gut, or microbial diversity being lost. Dysbiosis is normally associated with bowel diseases, especially involving inflammation. Dysbiosis is what occurs in elderly people as they lose their beneficial bifidobacteria and lactobacilli and begin to gain harmful opportunistic bacteria. Dysbiosis tends to increase with age, which also aligns with neurodegenerative aging diseases. So, could dysbiosis and aging diseases be related? A specific cause of dysbiosis and a common bacteria in elderly people is the opportunistic Firmicutes bacteria C. difficile. C. difficile can appear in the gut through many ways, but elderly people are more likely to carry it due to hospitalizations, medications, through weakened immunity, or from other ways. A study found that elderly people with more dementia or cognitive decline experience C. difficile infections in their lifetime. So, dysbiosis and dementia or cognitive decline must be related. Alzheimer's is a neurodegenerative disease that causes gradual cognitive decline over a person's life. Alzheimer's is usually indicated by the presence of amyloid beta outside of the cells and an accumulation of hyperphosphorylated taus. Taus are proteins that stabilize internal skeletons of neurons. Gut microbiota are able to communicate with the central nervous system through their metabolites. Researchers hypothesize that when dysbiosis occurs, especially by an increase in Firmicutes and Bacteroides, it causes an increase in amyloid accumulation through the metabolites they produce, which specifically causes neuroinflammation in Alzheimer's disease. A drug in phase 3 clinical trials that positively affects Alzheimer's disease by modifying the gut microbiome is GV971. This drug works by changing the gut microbiome composition and thus changing the composition of metabolites, which furthers Alzheimer's. Since this drug specifically operates on changing the gut microbiome composition, maybe there are ways of curing Alzheimer's based on probiotic treatments or simply by certain diets. This topic is so important because there are about 6.5 million people in the United States who suffer from Alzheimer's disease. So, accessible treatments to Alzheimer's are important, and more studies on probiotic treatments for Alzheimer's should be done. Furthermore, treatments like GV971 mentioned previously, or potential treatments by changing diets could help people prevent Alzheimer's or prevent Alzheimer's before it progresses too far. Thank you so much everyone for viewing this presentation today. I hope it was informative, and here are my citations.